All right, so today's video, we are watching a Gold 1 support on PlayStation playing Juno on Shabali. So this will be a good map for hero selection-wise. Everything seems solid here. I say, hi. This game was a frustrating one. We had our tank shouting at us in voice chat saying we weren't healing him enough. And then later on in the game, our 2 DPS started to argue because one stole Ash from him, and he just wouldn't stop complaining. The classic, they took the other hero, so the player talks about what they're doing wrong on the other hero the whole time, regardless of the results. Our tank kept running to spots where we couldn't feasibly heal him without getting ourselves killed. The score went 3-3. I'm not going to spoil what happens next. I feel like I did my best this game, but I know I can improve. I would love to hear any and all advice you have to give. I love your videos. Enjoy watching the VOD. All right, let's find out what's going on here. Is the tank feeding? Are the DPS arguing too much about something? And how are you playing? Because all of that matters. So let's see. Let's find out. Here we go. I would have laughed if a Widow grappled up and just headshot you there. It would have just been funny. All right. I mean, so far, this is some Overwatch. I already see one thing that's going wrong here. Yep. Okay. I talk about positioning so much, and I need to start talking to people about this. I'm going to show positioning better because I think I can do a better job of showcasing this. I want you to see this. This is where positioning is such like a, can be like a very, like, let me show you this. Like, look what you do here. Like, this is the point of view of, like, what it would look like when you're trying to heal your Orisa. And I want you to see what it looks like. So, like, right here, you're fine. Okay, your Orisa backs up. Now you're going, okay. You can angle yourself, right? In theory, what you would do if you want to make this work is you know that you're safe here because your teammates have that. Look at this. You can go right here and heal them. See this? Right here. Look at this. You're safe for now. Obviously, you know, you're worried about this, but, like, you're fine. You go right here. You play an angle. No one can really see you, right? But now watch this. Watch what they would see from their point of view. This is why I always talk about positioning and how it can be a make or break on how you climb. You survive this, but if, like, this is your reaction to, like, going to get somebody who's a little bit further away from you, you're going to fall over sometimes doing this. And that's why I always talk about why positioning is so key, is because this becomes a free kill for them. Now, granted, you get away with it, but the problem is that if you want to keep consistently climbing, these are the plays that are going to have you fall over, and you're going to get rolled. So prioritize cover at that point. Look for opportunities to hide. Like, just stay right here. Look, I mean, your Mercy's doing it technically. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but you stay right here. You can do the same thing. You can right click. You can heal. You can do all of the same stuff from this angle. But if you run into the open, right, and you look at it from this point of view, you're like a free kill. You survive it. But once again, this is what I want to get you out of the habit of. You're still going to have moments like this. I'll do this sometimes, but we want to minimize this. Okay. And then you floated for a little bit there, see? Also, you want to heal your Mercy there, but that was more of a bad res than it was on you. And then, because you used your movement cooldown at the time to get there, and then your speed ring again over, you just had so many things you used that you didn't have to use just to throw a heal on your Orisa, who was going to be fine. I just wanted to show that part there for you.
I will pretend that did not happen.
Heck yeah, Gambit. Love to hear it. I'd also recommend being there from the get-go. And if we had a bingo card right now, randomly AFK would have been checked off. I sometimes forget. Here we go. That was just your tank going in for a retake. But by the way, I want to reiterate this here. You were AFK. Your Orisa died on the point. You said you played your best, but you were AFK, so you didn't give your team an opportunity or a chance to win this because you're the one that's going to be able to keep your tank alive during that because you can't rely... You know, your Mercy's going to try their best, but you can't fully rely on a Mercy just to pocket the tank. So, see what I'm saying? Just get out of here, by the way. Like, get out of there even sooner than that. Yes, keep going. Just keep going. Don't even bother. Don't even bother shooting at him just yet. Now you're good. Now you're good. I mean, it worked out, so. Ooh, that's awesome, Gambit. Love to hear that. Let's go. That's got to be exciting. Watching that progress, I can't even imagine. I was waiting to see if you would react to this. Like, I need you to start scanning the field a bit more. Because, like, if that Ashe is going to try to prevent them, like, if your Ashe is going to try to prevent the other team from finding the One Piece or being the one to find the One Piece, I feel like you should keep them alive during that, too. And if you noticed right there, if you noticed, you saw the Ashe was low, and you didn't heal him. And then you just kept spamming, like, basically a full One Piece, or a full HP Orisa. So you gotta scan that and make sure you're healing all your teammates. Is it an anime reference? Also, that was kind of like, once again, you don't need to get that close. What's the name of the Ashe chat on the team? What's the name of the Ashe? Pickle and Platypus, thanks for the 2 gifted. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. All right, here we go. I'm fine with that Juno ultimate, by the way. Totally fine. That was good to take map. This is just like a wild team fight. I'm not too worried about it. The macaroni does sound pretty good. Okay, I do want to point out you did say that your tank, you did say your tank was being a little bit aggressive and going out of line of sight. That was an example of that for sure. I can definitely see where it's been hard to keep up with their pace, but you got to do your best. Obviously, that's how the tank's going to play, so you got to keep up with the pace. Like, that is not, by the way, if you're a tank player, always think of like, okay, I want to show tank players this too. Your cover, like, stops here. See this? This is where your cover stops. Like, this is fine. You play from this angle, you have good cover. You have a health pack here if you need to escape out. You have this wall to hide if nobody's playing here. Obviously, there are risks there. But if you're a tank player, don't push past to here. This is on the tank. This is not on the Juno or the Mercy. Or, I mean, actually, it's an Ana now. This is not on the Ana or the Juno. This is on the Orisa. Do not do this. This is like, you stay right here. This is where your cover is, because you have cover on both sides and you can back up and you can go to different spots, but do not push past that. That's how you fall over as a tank. I'm curious, what perk did you go, by the way? Oh, you went the heal one. That's a good idea, by the way. Good job on that. I keep forgetting about perks. It looks like you selected the right-click perk. I like that one a lot, too. The right-click perk just means you heal your teammates quicker on the right-click, or like, sorry, the AoE heal damage one. The one that does both damage and heal, and that ability, because I know it's different on console. That ability is really good with that one. I like that one a lot, especially with that playstyle. It helps you heal more and also allows you to actually damage a bit more, because you can, like, get that ability off quicker. So it's very nice. Yep. Really, Bunny? Yeah, my cat. I'm sure Sully will learn that too when I move. I think it's right trigger. So yeah, so it's very similar. There you go. Did you ever make mistakes at Overwatch? I'm sure. Absolutely. One thing that you're doing a good job of, I do want to reiterate that you've done a good job of, and I've watched a lot of Junos recently. You are very proactive with like with that ability, so I'm very glad to see that. If you're a Juno player and you find that you're not using that that right click ability, the AoE ability a lot, try to find ways to incorporate it more, because a lot of people try to save it, but there's so much downtime in between that you're missing out on probably 20, sometimes 30% ult charge by just using that way more often. So I do like that you're using it more. So that's a good thing you're doing. All right. I would, by the way, the moment you get your ult, use it. Hide for now, though. Don't overpeak the window. Actually, never mind. You're good. I was gonna say don't overpeak the window. Then the soldier died. Then you kind of stood in the middle. So, like, I thought you'd be fine, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not. Listen, was it a good play?
I will pretend that did not happen.
No. Was it a bad play? You could argue that, but at the same time, like, you gotta have, like, I get that one. Like, I get it. Like, you killed the soldier, you felt more confident, so I'm gonna give you that one. All right. Good job using speed ring to get up there. You're using your abilities. This is a plus. This is a plus.
My fuse is lit. Not exactly.
Okay, I was gonna say don't stand still like that sometimes.
Join me.
Come.
My cam's hard blocking it. Yeah, if it's blocking something, I'm sorry. And unfortunately, that just happens sometimes. I won't be. The camera will cover something up on the screen. Unless I think I made it really small, which I don't think I'm gonna do that. Okay. Someone on their team said to that Reaper, DPS, you need to kill the backline at some point. I don't know who said it on their team, but that's what happens when you tell your teammate how they should play. Because someone told that Reaper what to do, and they took it literal. Or I don't know what that was. It was one of the two. It was one of the two. I don't know which one it was. Now, I do want to point out to people, because sometimes people will say, like, or people will wonder why I haven't asked for the Juno ultimate yet. Believe it or not, this has been one of those rare moments where it hasn't been necessary. Because the Juno got the... you could use it here if you needed to, but you're fine. Was when they won that team fight with the window. There's been no reason to. The other team is just staggered out. So, like, there's been no reason to use the ultimate yet. I would look to use this aggressively, though. I think, like, you should use it now, maybe? Like, right after this, just... Nah, because you can still die through it, so I get it. Yeah, you made the correct choice. Because you can still die through the Orisa ult regardless there if it does enough damage. Because once you get more people in it, so... I'm actually fine with this. Don't use your ult, die in cart. So far, so good. Yep, you're making the right choice. This was all the correct decision. Good job. I have no issue with that one. Now you can retake with your Juno ultimate. Definitely want to use it, though. You got to put pressure on their team. Like, there you go. Perfect. Good job. Yeah, good usage of your abilities. Straight up. I have no issues with that. That was excellent play. Thankfully, your Ana decided to nano the Orisa right after you killed 4. I was getting concerned that your team wasn't going to use all their ultimates. So thankfully, everybody hit their buttons. All right. Your soldier's position is really rough right now. Yep. Soldier's dead there. This is my constant reminder. Remember, the reason why you win team fights is because of good positioning. As you win more team fights, it doesn't mean that you keep getting worse and worse positioning. Just play the same way when you have that good positioning, and you'll have good results. But it happens all the time. Players will win team fights. They'll feel more comfortable winning the team fight. They start going into spots that aren't as good. They fall over. Then they blame their support. They don't actually do that, but you know what I mean. Like, players have a tendency to, like, over-aggress after winning. And, like, going up there and going together as a team is fine. Going up there by yourself is not good. And now your team's on their back foot because of this. And, like, you're kind of forced to, like... Okay, this is where you made a mistake. Let me ask you this question. Why are you running to the point here when you were at an angle to force them? So the reason why the angle becomes so important here, your Orisa is fine. Your Orisa has point. You have no reason to sit there and try to kill the Orisa. By the way, you have a health pack back here. This is a good spot to be. If they try to look at you here, this is great. And why is it great? Because if you're the other team and you're looking at the Orisa, but then you're forced to look this way, it opens up the field to the rest of your team. If you go over here, give them a free kill, and you're not here with your Ashe, now your Ashe is susceptible to getting one shot when you would have had a good off angle with your Ashe, right? You and your Ashe can sit here, right? And just vibe. Your soldier's here. You now have multiple angles. Your team's in a great spot, but you going here now basically gets rid of this really good opportunity for your team to hold it down, and now you're probably going to lose the team fight. Now, it's not all on you right there, of course, but I want to show you the moments where you could really change a team fight. All right? Like, you see how your Orisa's still alive and your Ashe is still alive? Right? Where did you start in that team fight? Think about that. The two heroes... Well, the Ashe died, too, at a certain point after that, but, like, the two heroes that were basically, you know, can hold it down there, you just basically gave them a free kill. So I'm just trying to get you out of that habit of, like, feeling obligated to just, like, spam your cooldowns and run to the point like that. I think there's a lot more you can do in that situation is all I'm getting at. So, anyway. Not bad. Hopefully my game doesn't crash while fast forwarding here. All right, here we go. I don't think I don't need to say anything there on that one, right? Just to make sure. Like, I think we all know why this play wasn't good. We're good at that one? Okay. Don't turn your back.
Maximum velocity.
There we go. Good speed ring. I'm liking the ability usage has been good, by the way. Who's communicated in chat to go up in high ground? Oh, don't get me wrong, by the way. By the way, that's what I figured. I figured the call out was to go high ground with the team. I'm more talking about when you just turned around and stood there, right? That's what I'm talking about. It's just like the kind of standing around and doing nothing part at the beginning. That's why I was like, you can do that and just go backwards and play it safe. Play the doorway. You see where your Zarya just was? You want to play there. Did I release the Sigma guide? So it's very close. I need to rewrite some stuff tomorrow. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. Because you got to remember, we made a Sigma guide, and then they came up with perks. So I didn't feel like it would have been a good idea to release the Sigma guide without the perks. So I gotta redo some stuff. Obviously, we had a awesome week here with the stuff. So tomorrow, I think I'm gonna get all that finished up, get the rest that I need recorded, and then we should be, as long as everything's good to go, it should be good to go. I mean, I would say look at Urana, but I kind of wasn't looking either at the time, so. Good job getting out of there. I mean, you're, right now your tank is kind of going all over the place, which is why like you're not able to heal him as much. So that was one of those team fights that it felt like you had the right idea, but then you didn't know what to do after. But like, I honestly don't even know what to do fully there when your teammates are deciding to take isolated 1v1s behind walls. So it's like, I think what you need to do is default stick to one person at that point and just hope for the best in that situation, rather than get stuck in the middle, right? Okay. You said you're wondering why the tank is like, you'd love a healer. Like, oh, you're saying that like the support's playing well and the tank is complaining about that? I mean, I'll explain in a second. And I always get this reminder whenever I watch support VODs for tanks because I'm a tank player. I'll explain this in a minute. Or I play a lot of tank, that is. Obviously, I've become more of a flex gamer recently, but good ult there, by the way. I like the ultimate because it creates space and allows for your team to get map control. That was an excellent use of your ult. But I won't pause it for this as this team fight goes throughout. But this is what I'll say to players about like tanking in general, right? I promise you, for the most part, your supports want to heal you. So if you find that you're constantly dying every single game, it generally means that you're going out of line of sight. Like your supports don't load into a game and go, I don't want to heal my tank at all. Like I've decided I don't want to, and it's only this tank specifically. A lot of the time, it's about positioning. And, like, it means you're going out of line of sight a lot of the time. And, like, your supports just sometimes can't keep up with you. So you need to look where your supports are at. That's all I'm saying with that one. So something I do when I'm a tank player is I look up to where the line of sight of my supports is. Or if I'm a support player, I tell my tank that I can't see them. And that's generally what I make when I'm playing those roles. Right? So, like, always remember that your most supports can't heal you through walls. I say most because, like, technically you could TP there as Kiriko, and, like, it's not technically healing through walls, but you... Or Zenyatta's orb could, like, heal you for an extra second. But if you're a tank relying on a Zenyatta orb to keep you alive, that's a whole different problem. So... Yep. There's always this look at line of sight. It's that simple. Now listen, I'm not saying you're not going to get an occasional game. Like, for example, I had a ranked game yesterday where we were playing. I actually started losing it laughing. We were playing a flashpoint, and I'm like, the first two flashpoints, they go rough, and I'm like, damn, what can I do? What do I do here? Like, I'm staying in line of sight. I'm playing my angles. I'm doing all this. I'm like, what is going wrong? And then out of nowhere, I wasn't saying that over the mic either. I was trying to like figure it out. Out of nowhere, I hear my support go, yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to start healing now. I hit tab. They had 500 healing and 2 flashpoint fights because they just wanted the DPS. So listen, you're going to have a game where that happens sometimes, but for the most part, your supports want to heal you. And you just want to make sure you stay in their line of sight. That was funny, though. I was losing it. What happened? We ended up, like, just so you know, we ended up winning, like, the next 2 fights. Or, like, it was a really close game the rest of the way. But I was losing it after that. I was like, that's the last thing you want to hear from your support. Oh, maybe I should start healing now. That's probably a good idea. Anyway. Oh. Turning your back. Okay, I want to show you something here. I think you're doing a good job here, right? Like keeping your team alive. But one thing that I want you to recognize is positioning again. So like, let's start here, right? Your teammates were gravitating toward this way. So is it better just to float around the middle of the point, or is it better to disengage to a spot that's safe for your team? So what you would want to do is actually back up during this time, because it looks bad now, but like seconds prior, your teammates were all over here and you have cover. So you have a health pack right here. There it is. You have cover back down here. You can also, if you need to escape out, you have a health pack down here. You also have mobility, right? So always look for cover in these type of situations, because that's how you can win a fight. Once again, a reason why I show these in these type of spots is not like they might win this fight, they might lose this fight. I show it because like this is the habit you need to get out of to keep getting better at the game. You're going to have moments of like you make a bad play that's going to work, but you want to minimize on that. This is a situation where when you float around the point and you end up being the target, you can fall over and get rolled, right? So just remember, always prioritize cover in these situations, because you can still do the same thing, just to a better way. Anyway, there you go. If you ended up doing it here on the oh, do not hit the button yet. I know now you can. If you want to hit your button, you can. Okay. So I want to talk about that one. When I wanted you to hit your button, I wanted you to hit your button. But you waited with the indecision, right? So do you see why I wanted you to use it sooner? Right idea, wrong timing. Okay? Does that make sense? Right idea, wrong timing. Good job by your team winning the fight, though. That was good. Yeah.
Maximum velocity.
The button was hit. Yep. Like I said, you did hit the button. That's a good step. Just a little bit quicker. That's why I wanted to like call out when you should have probably hit the button. Okay, that's fine. Mercy, I'm gonna be real with you. I think your Mercy goes for very ambitious reses sometimes. So don't feel too bad sometimes if you don't keep your Mercy up during that. You tried that time. You tried that time. Dude, Did buttons are to be hit? Yep. The crit perk? Yes. Well, I saw the crit perk last time. Right now, you're taking the heal perk, which is where you basically can right-click heal quicker. Okay. That's a situation there, by the way, that I want to talk about, right? And once again, I want to start showing some more of, like, the smaller things of positioning that get you killed, because I think it's going to be very helpful for the overall, like, just the player base in general, like, being able to learn from this, too. So, I want to show this. So, now watch. They go in, they dive your back, they dive you with the ultimate, you get 1 HP. Okay? Great disengage, right? The first step of this was an excellent disengage. Good job, you get the kill. Now, in this situation, the worst thing you could do is go right back in, right? Because look at your health, right? You're low. I know your Mercy can heal you, but like there's no guarantee. So what is the one thing that would get you killed here? Flying in here when you're at that HP. So watch what you do, and let's watch it from this point of view. So I want to show you something. So like, if you see that, how your reaction was to fly in there and you were really low at the time? Do you see this? That could have easily gone to a free kill. So what I would do is prioritize the positioning, right? Of more like, if you want to get up, you want to make sure you're playing close bottom left, see? Rather than just fly into the middle of the open like this. Do you get what I'm saying? See? Once again, that slight decision-making can make or break games. And I want to get you in the habit of recognizing that cover can be be the priority there. Okay? Continue on. Also, Quinny, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you. Appreciate it.
My ultimate is charging.
Good speed ring. He's trying to help your team. Pop your ult, pop your ult, pop your ult, pop your ult. Thank you. I just want to see you get in the habit of hitting that button, like if you're going to win. Like you win the fight. You don't save it. Good job. Good job there. Outside of a couple like positional issues and like hitting your button late, like I don't, but the good news is I don't think it's a lack of mechanics for you. I think you do a very good job of like hitting your shots, keeping your heals up. You just got to clean up your decision making and like where you position yourself, and I think you'll see even more of a climb. Because like as you keep climbing, people are going to take advantage of like those type of plays that you're making a lot quicker. And I want to get you out of the habit of some of those plays, right? So anyway, what's more important for a support, healing a tank or DPS? I'm never going to give you a straight up answer to that because it's situational in Overwatch. I usually say just look for your teammates that are low and prioritize players whose positioning will be a little bit more beneficial. Like don't go out of your way. Don't let your teammates keep getting you killed by going out of position. That makes sense? Also, you went up into the air so they could shoot you with Ash. Got the kill, but you can once again lower it a little bit. But that was fine. I mean, it boosts you up into the air initially. How's Genji doing nowadays? Genji's... I feel like Genji's always does well. You just don't see Genji as much in, like, top 500. Everything seems kind of clean here, except your Orisa. I don't know. I don't know. This is a weird one, because, like, okay, that worked out. I was going to say, that was a pretty weird fight for your team, because, like, your Orisa did a good job there, and, like, you had to make a decision to, like, help on point. In that situation, I think you just, after you get the initial kills, you just keep your Orisa alive, but that was also just a wild team fight, and I think, like, it all worked out, and we'll just go with that one. All right, let's see how your attack goes. No! We were doing so good. Oh, man. All right, 1 second. I got to reopen my game. It's not, no, there's a glitch with the replay viewer right now. There's a glitch with the replay viewer. That's why it's been really scuffed on like Spectating at the beginning. So, I mean, hey, I got through the full VOD, so I'll take it. All right, here we go. Is it a replay bug? Yes, it's currently, yep. All right, State, you're pushing the cart, which is fine. Getting cart time at the beginning here, especially in these, like, overtime situations. Reaper, tunnel vision, Reaper. Kill your Reaper, kill your Reaper, kill your Reaper, tunnel vision, kill your Reaper. To this day, we don't know what happened to the Reaper there, chat. To this day, we don't know what happened. Okay, so here's the good news. All right, I got some good news for you. Here's the good news. All right, I think your mechanics and I think like your ability to aim has been like pretty good, and I think that's a good sign going into. I think you're in plat now. You said, but things you need to work on. One, right at the end there. So right there at the end there, I felt like I saw you do it a few times. I didn't really bring it up. You tunnel vision sometimes where you'll have somebody right to your left and they're really low, but you like prioritize like a full HP person in front of you. So I want you to scan a little bit more. Just a little bit. Don't make it a big part of your gameplay loop, but like definitely try to scan just a little bit. There's that extra half of a second. Well, I'm telling you, will win you games. But real talk, the number one thing holding you, making it so you're not climbing as quickly, your positioning. And I kind of showed you that. I want you to start prioritizing cover. Look for cover when you're in those situations. Look for disengage points that are or when you go somewhere, always use cover. Cover will become your best friend and you will win games. Okay? Prioritize cover. I think if you prioritize cover, everything will be good. All right? So there you go. Do that, clean up that gameplay, and you will climb. Also, your tank complaining about you not healing, etc. I have no idea why that was on the tank. That was a little part there. They were always out of position. So work on cover, less tunnel vision, you'll be good to go. All right? You got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to all the YouTubes. If you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, description below, Discord. That's where you do that. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch tab below the webcam. We also stream on YouTube. Stop by if you haven't. We have a lot of fun here. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.